We're back. Hashtag still ni Good Morning Kenya on Twitter at KBC Channel 1 as always is the official station handle. Individual handles at Manyara, at Victor Oloo, at Jain Wambui. Now hivi sasa we also have another superstar in the building. Teren teren ndio huyo hapo. What's up? Mambo
Mtumishi.
Umetumwa?
Lazima nitumike.
Ama umetumika? Salimia Raya and give us your social handle.
Niwapatie watanrudishia nikimalizia.
Tutaona.
Okay. Mtumishi Facebook, Mtumishi Instagram, Mtumishi TV, YouTube, Mtumishi Twitter.
Haya.
Eh.
Serikali inakujua kama Barasa Gilbert.
Mtumishi, serikali inanijua kama Mtumishi. Client ndio ananijua kama Gilbert. Kwa sababu ya check.
Hapo ndio mcheko. Ucheshi inaishia hapo.
Hapo ndio hapo ndio.
Good stuff. Karibu sana Good Morning Kenya.
Shukran sana.
Hii
meza mmeacha tu hivyo lakini it's okay, it's all right. It's all right.
Inahitaji vitu za kuifanish hapo juu kidogo.
Chafua meza, hiyo mchele mnasema alafu tuweke viazi.
Ala. Sasa manyako karibu na wewe hapo ndiye aliongelea mchele, sijui kama uongee na yeye hapo.
Hiyo wacha nikwambie.
Huyo mwenye anacheka hapo.
Ukikuja na mchele na kuja na viazi.
Na kamande.
Na minji.
Rea atakuja na mashati ya kuchonga.
Alafu supu
ya kutandasha juu ya mchele.
Pass, ushamaliza.
Story kuisha. Good stuff. So right now we want to just quickly get started with our trending topics segment, just to get a feel of what you think about some of these stories, as we also get to share with you our thoughts when it comes to some of this issue. And Iya Kwanza starts with these two guys. Yeah, this lady and a guy, they went to a party. This happened in Spain, Ibiza. So kuna party ni nini, galde makacheki kachali, chalia kamona. But in this situation, it is the chick who approached the guy. When she approached him, akaona hapa hivi kuna language barrier. Dema akafanya nini? Akatoa Google Translate. They started communicating in person using Google Translate. After Apple kept each other's numbers, and 2 years later, they have still been communicating using Google Translate, and they're now engaged. Now, wow. My question to you guys, number one, when it comes to approaching the other gender, what do you guys feel about chicks approaching the guy? Na kumkatia, anamtongoza, anachukua namba yake, anamfungulia Google Translate, wanakatiana. 2 years later, they still communicate using Google Translate because the guy is yet to, the lady is English, okay? The guy is from Spain, he's a native from there.
Yeah.
And 2 years later, bado they still use Google Translate, but they're now engaged, hoping to get married. Let me start with Manyara, wewe ndio unakuanga umewaka moto hapo. Tuanze na story ya dem kukatia machali. Making the first move.
Alitoa nguvu wapi?
Inapatikana. But tunaelekea mahali Biblia ilisema. We are going to
and every woman shall leave their father and mother's house.
Yes.
She took that command
and become
literally.
One.
Alafu pia utataka kuitanishwa.
Okay.
Na jina yake.
Then hiyo chapter ya Biblia does not apply in my life.
Ray,
I have never hit on a man.
By choice ama juu hujapata opportunity?
Opportunities ni nyingi. Opportunities ni nyingi. I prefer.
I'm still stuck at opportunities ni nyingi.
Opportunities ni nyingi. See, you see a man, you're like,
But
looking kind of, like,
Hii ndio ile bail.
But you don't give up.
Ushaisikia kizuri cha jiuza, ama ni kizuri ama ni kibaya cha jitembeza, sivyo?
Chema cha jiuza, kibaya cha jitembeza.
If the feeling is mutual, man, they'll come find me.
Hata kama you like them, unasikia uko na kamuasho kahali ya juu. You will not.
What are you talking about, muasho?
Aya, shikilia hapo. Mtumishi.
Oh yes. Unajua hapo
utakubali kukatiwa?
Sina katika vizuri sana. Kwani is it a must? Ni wapi imeandikwa? Ni sisi lazima tukatie wanawake, our ladies. Hakuna verse imeandikwa ati men are supposed to. Hata kwa Garden of Eden kuna approach ya nyoka na matunda na Eve. So mimi nikikatiwa nayo
unakubali
ninakatika mara nyingi.
Okay, mimi niko na disclaimer bas, malizana na Victor.
Aya, tutapiga raundi Vic.
You know,
mimi nakwambia Vic asipoquote Biblia hapa.
Shida.
Iko shida.
Mtumishi.
Mchunga jo, yes.
Mtumishi, sasa you know what happens?
Yes.
First dem akikukatia. The first thing inaingia kwa mind, is this girl really genuine?
Nisponyo maneno.
She will come, but then the next thing is look over your shoulder. Ametumwa. I mean, this is quite.
Ni ukweli, yeah.
You know, we are not used to that approach. It's us. We are the hunters. We are the hunters. So ukiona caprei coming to you, unajua even the lion will ask itself, like this antelope just coming straight onto me. What's the problem?
But bells
if you watch Nat Geo,
yes.
Even wild animals run away. Kasimba kanenda kanakaa kidogo hivi kwa marsh somewhere anaangalia, is this a real antelope or what?
Inachanganikiwa kidogo.
Yes. But well, it depends. It depends.
So ukikatiwa Victor na Dema kuja kwambia, hey, what's up, how you doing?
I'll take my time to scrutinize the whole situation.
Kuna vile na kufeel me and you like this, like that.
I'll take my time. To be honest, I'll take my time. It's not the norm. It's not the norm. I mean, hello, lakini ya Google Translate
for 2 years.
But mimi nafikiria
huyu jamani lala class.
Mimi nafikiria unajua ladies kivyangu, my opinion,
yes.
Wanatumianga inaitwa nini? Body language. Body language.
Na hiyo ndio hiyo huwa tuelewi by the way, imetushinda.
Sisi tunatoa words, hawa wanatumia body language. Ni ile tu anangoja si huyu mwanaume aseme. So anakuaga ashasema ni vile anatumia body. Wewe na wewe ufikirie.
By the huwa tunakonga blank hapo.
Hapo lazima
tuko slow ku load. Body language. That's what dem amenuna, amefura like, hey, what's the problem?
Sasa hiki kimutu.
Kwani you don't read my body language? Kwani mimi huku niambia sasa?
Exactly.
You know, huku niambia?
Ray, ulikuwa umesema uko na confession mahali hapo.
Wewe si confession.
Confess.
Confess and set your heart free.
No. I ain't confessing.
Alisema opportunities.
Kuna ingine alisema hapo tutapiga raundi turudi hapo.
Confession
Thursday. Disclaimer. And I'm going to borrow heavily from what Mtumishi has said. Women might not just we might not say the words, hey, I like you. Why? Exactly what Victor has said. You will not think I am genuine because we have not been enculturated as such to hit on the men. But it doesn't mean we also don't like you or feel you. But you will, I run a chance of losing you if I tell you I actually like you. So I'll wait for you to actually hit it. You know, a light bulb going up into your head and like, oh, by the way, chick likes me. You know? But we create circumstances that will ensure that you actually say the words that we want to hear. It is as simple as that. Women are wise. However, now I'm coming
I usually say you're the best DCIs.
Yes, exactly. I am coming back to my disclaimer. Fine. I don't know kama kuitisha namba kwa chali ni kumkatia. Ni
part of it.
It's part of the package.
It's part of kutuambia.
Naweza kuwa kuitisha namba ndio, you know, I don't know, I may see you sometime and you know. Usijua namba pia ni kukatia mtu.
Unasema hivyo juu umeitisha na namba ama ni nini?
Well, nishaitisha namba.
But
already umeanzia.
Nishaitisha namba at some point.
You know, Regina and Jain, you know, men and women, we are wired quite completely differently. What me and Mtumishi, okay, what men see in women is different from the way you people see us.
Exactly.
Okay, we say that men are visual creatures, right? No wonder Adam aliona Eva akasema, wow, what a beautiful thing.
Yes.
He didn't talk. Yeah, alisema tu what a beautiful thing because aliona. Lakini nae, you women, you want to hear. That's why you want funny men. You know, I want a funny man. There's nothing like a funny man. You want to be entertained. That is your nature.
Hey, come on. It's not about entertainment. At times, you also want shy men, you know?
Like
a shy man, you know,
yeah,
you know, a shy man who basically he's just shy. He's pretending to be shy, but they're not shy, so that we also feel good, like, hey, okay, you know,
part of the excitement.
Yeah, and you're so scared, like, oh, by the way, nezam garagaria, nezam hivi.
Unajua ladies mnapendaga vitu funny sana kwa mwanaume. Unaangalianga beli ingine unasema, de Regina aliona nini kwa huyu chali?
Yes.
Tuambie.
Unajua hata kama eyes of the beauty is the holder. Inasemangwa aje hiyo?
Hivyo tu venye umesema.
Hivyo imetoka, si ndio? Mpaka unajiuliza, shwale. Si pesa by the way.
Lakini but let me ask you, and this goes to Victor and Mtumishi.
Yes.
I have seen so many videos across the socials of guys saying a guy will know if this is the one he wants to be with. Inakuanga ni how many days, Regina? Infatuation inakuanga 14 days,
14 days.
Unaongezea bonus zingine kidogo ipite. But it takes a man a shorter period to know mimi nataka ude am I want to be with this person. Okay? And for those that don't verbalize it, is it that wanajua si huyu tu nimegonga hadi mic. Huyu tu ananipeleka hapo, anachoma time, anashikilia hii ofisi until the actual bearer of the office apatikane.
Kabisa.
Is that why you guys take so much time and you find on the other hand dema kopa anashinda sasa huyu
Mtumishi, amemaliza hiyo story?
Ameshamaliza.
So it's true.
It's true kwa sababu mwanaume Regina nikikucheki tu hivi the first time nitajua nataka kuwa na wewe ama sitaki kuwa na wewe.
It's a lie.
And to what capacity?
Unataka kuwa na mimi kivipi? Remember, men are visual beings. So before you even get to know if I meet your criterion, you've already judged me by my physique because you're a visual creature. But it goes beyond physique. It goes beyond what are my values, what are my dreams.
But that's now for you as an individual and me as a woman
to get into. But I'm now saying that nilikuona nikajua ni wewe.
Nikakupenda. Ni vile unaendanga soko the first time unaona hii kiatu inaweza na inaweza hapo. Hii nipatie hii naenda na hii. That is it.
No, si lazima ufit kiatu, like it has
inakupendeza kwanza.
So let me ask you Mtumishi. So kama umeona hii kiatu ndio hiyo, ndio ninataka, mbona basi uivae miaka 5 without taking that relationship to the next level bila kuipaka rangi?
Hiyo safari pia inakuwa na mabonde na milima.
There they go.
Kuna ile kitu ingine
inatokea.
Unafika mali na kufinya unatoa.
Mademu ana propose siku hizi.
Expectations kwa sababu inafika point unajua mkianza kudate kuna zile unaficha zingine nyuma ya curtain, unaficha white kwa sababu siwezi toa hasira zangu when we meet. Happiness. Sasa ukianza makasiriko ndio unasema hii bell si ile nilikuwa nichague. Kuna ile bell nyingine niliwacha niende.
Let me just ask you.
Yes.
To all of us, if for example Jain and Regina, if I asked you your name, the first approach, ladies say that will determine whether I'm going to give you my number, or I'm going to have a discussion with you, a conversation with you, or that will be the end of it. Approach, right?
Yes.
The same way applies to us. A man will just look at a woman. For example, I meet you, and the way you respond will determine a lot of things.
The way forward.
The way forward. I can come to you, Regina, and say, excuse me, how are you? Straight to the point, I am fine. My name is so-and-so. Yes, how can I help you? Do you know?
We stop at that point.
No, wait a minute.
We don't add the other one. Actually, let me tell you how our conversation with Regina in a social place. How can I help you? This is not customer care.
Hold your panga. Sorry, hold your What I'm saying is, imagine I meet you, Regina, all right? Total stranger.
Yes.
And then the first hi or the first excuse me, how are you? You size me from head to toe.
Oh, yes.
You scan me like, are you worth my, I'm fine. Are you worth that? The moment you give me that gesture, already blocks me.
Kabisa.
Sindio?
Mama yangu
you have to separate the wheat from the chaff. It is as simple as that. If you go saying, Everybody who approaches you, hi, and you're all smiles and all giggly and no.
It's okay.
Listen, Victor, this is me from Regina's point of view. You've used Regina, right?
Yes.
I tackle people the way they come, by the way. If you come stupid, I can be stupid more than you. If you come polite, I'm cordial. But if you come thinking that every person should answer to you yes simply because you think you're the last gift on earth to society, my friend, I'll show you even if you were the last. I'll dive on the cliff and take my chances with the ocean. It is as simple as that. People need to understand. Also read my body language. And that's Regina. It. Men need to learn how to read the woman's body language, because you will get into a situation that may actually end up getting very embarrassing for both of you. Let me give you a case in point. Two ladies have gone out for drinks, right?
Yes.
They are comfortable with their company, with each other. They're friends. They're having a good time. Then Victor thinks, I like girl X. So girl X, even her back is turned to the rest of the crowd. They are focusing on their conversation. So person walks in, thinks, you know what? Then they go like, hi. How can...
What's up?
What's... that was that.
Una kafiri.
Like
to dance.
They even go further and they're like, can you join our table? Like they move the two ladies who walked in together. Yes, they want to shift them from a point they chose to sit and enjoy themselves to their table. Mnatuanga nguvu wapi? Why would you assume? And that's what I'm talking about, Victor.
That nguvu is inborn. We are naturally born na hiyo nguvu.
Iko empowered.
You assume too much.
Yeah. This is called men empowerment.
And that's where we go divergent ways, right? Because you are assuming that these two people who have come to enjoy themselves actually needed company. Are you getting?
No,
they have come in together. They are okay. Read a woman's body language before you approach them.
Regina,
you save yourself a lot of embarrassment.
I agree with that, Regina.
Regina, well, I agree.
Yes,
sometimes
please.
you can just walk in a restaurant, you know, some eatery somewhere, just to have your you time.
Yes.
And then walk away. But did you know there is no clear point of a meeting point? People meet kwa lift, people meet kwa gari, people meet somewhere kwa street, kwa stairs, you know, and then
body
boom.
language, Victor, hata kama ni kwa streets,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't
body
matter.
language.
You can be the most yani unaweza kuwa na okay, I want to say something bad lakini it's okay. Unaweza kuwa na sura ngumu. But men, we have got 4,700 cc standard, all of us. That's why umesema hiyo nguvu mnatoanga wapi. In fact, for us we have horsepower, not even cc.
You see, do you know what is so disgusting?
Yeah.
Is that even before Corona, a stranger had the audacity to stretch their hand and want to shake your hand. And I'm thinking, where have your hands been? We don't know each other.
As we close this particular story, point of the conversation was, are you pro a lady approaching the man or reverting back to the traditional way of doing things?
Okay. Very fast.
Yes.
My parting shot is one, men are wired to hunt. And when it turns around that a woman is now the one hunting for a man, one thing will play in a man's mind. Either he's less of a man. Men, exactly. Men will always want to take charge in every situation. They want to lead. They want to take charge. Even kukatia dem
is part of that.
Using that the loose language, kukatia dem, men will always want to be the first one to make that approach, because they don't want that power to be taken over them or away from them. So I think it's proper for men to make that advance.
The traditional way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mtumishi. Oh yes.
Wewe ni utaendelea kukatiwa ama utataka kurudi the way things were?
Mali imefika, wacha tukatike. It is too much. Tumetumia nguvu mingi, fare zimekuliwa. Si hata sisi tuingie kwa hiyo.
Usikie venye wanasikia.
Tusikie vile kunaendanga, msikie.
You know, I've just remembered you were expelled from men's conference this year.
Your story.
You're the one who was expelled.
Regina, very briefly.
In conclusion.
Yes.
Personally, Regina cannot hit on a man. I can't. Personally. However, if you want that man you can be smart about it. That's all.
All right. Imeishia hapo. You gotta risk it to get the biscuit. On that note, we take a very quick breath and we'll be back to continue with...
What did you just say?
We'll be back to continue with our trending topic segment. Do stay with us. We are back. Glad once again that you are still keeping us company. Nimeambiwa niseme hashtagi sio alama ya reli. Good morning Kenya pale Twitter is the official hashtag that we are using. Our official station handle ever remains to be at KBC Channel 1 across the socials. Our individual handles are at Victor Oloo, at Mtumishi, at Manyara, and at Jain Wambui. Do interact with us. Let us know what's going on your side. Now we move on to the next story, and before we do that, hapa kuna mtu anajiita Bahati 06 anasema mimi ndiwahi pata dema kinikatia atabaki hapo akijiongelesha.
Wacha una bahati.
It's okay.
That's how you miss your luck.
Hivyo tu.
Exactly.
The one alikuwa anakuja.
They come in different ways.
Bell ni mchanganyiko.
Kuna kamera copy.
And original.
Ya basi.
Kutoka nini wapi? Yeah.
Okay. Kuna opo. All right, so let's move on to the next story. And this is something that I do believe we have all been seeing, especially in the recent past on the socials, where, you know, when people break up, then moja anaanza kusema, by the way, nataka ile hoodie nilikupea. By the way, give me back the ring that I bought you. By the way, I want my shoes back. I spent my money on those shoes.
Yeah.
And it really got me thinking. And this is something that I've also seen so many people talk about. When people break up, looking at the gifts that you gifted each other in the course of your relationship, are you supposed to demand for them back? Or do you willingly give them back? Debate. Mtumishi?
Yes.
Ulikuwa umefungua hiyo chapter.
Inalingana. Unajua pia exit ni stage ama ni kwa barabara. Expectation inafaa tufike kwa stage.
Shikilia tu hapo dere.
Ndio ushuke.
Dere nishukishie hapo, lakini mimi nitakuacha kiro safi. Kila kitu enda na kila kitu.
Na utaitisha kenye
for as long as uendi na roho yangu. Mimi niko sawa.
Na akijitolea kukupatia vitu zenye ulikuwa umempatia.
Akijitolea kama zinanifaa nitaziweka, kama hazinifai nitasaidia mwingine.
Ray,
I'm with Mtumishi on this because I look at gifting as a language of love. It actually falls into one of the languages of love because they're acts of love, acts of service, words of affirmation, gifting, physical touch,
quality time.
And quality time. Right. I think they're 5,
yes.
Right? Gifting falls into this category. So if I give something to you, I'm communicating. You know, I am communicating. I'm showing you my love. I do not expect once we split up that I tell you, oh, the hood, the belt, the car, the whatnot. I want them back. Because what means is that I was gifting you conditionally.
Yes.
It was conditional all along. It was conditional all along. And then that would bring the question then, are we in this relationship conditionally or unconditionally? Because there are things that we cannot quantify.
Yes.
Exactly.
There are things that we cannot touch, you know, but their value is immeasurable.
All right.
The time. The times maybe I've spent sleepless nights because you're unwell. You know, the times that I have kept up, waiting up for you because you were out drinking with the boys, and I wanted to ensure that once you come home, you'll take your aspirin, some water, and maybe some food, so that you do not have a grumpy mood the following day. You see? You did not ask that of me, but I did it because we're in a relationship. So are you saying once it is over, you can actually repay me for that I did, that is not sin, is not material, it's immaterial? Man, I'm with Mtumishi on that one.
So if they give you back the physical gift and materials that you gave them, will you take them back? If they willingly give them
I will
back?
actually dispose them off.
Correct.
Because they are of no value to me anymore.
All right. Vic?
Two things. One, when you are in a relationship with someone, genuinely, and the 5 languages of love, the way Regina said, gifting is one of them. So when you gift someone, you give unconditionally. Again, to repeat what Regina said. When you break up and you start demanding, I want to give me back my phone, give me back the dress I gave you, the bag, etc., etc. One, it shows selfishness. You're selfish. You are doing this thing to the lady. You are out to get something from that relationship and from her. Lakini the moment relationship imeisha, it's like the end game is
Lisi Meisha.
You give me my stuff and go to the next.
Yes.
One, selfishness. If a situation like that, okay, to men, when you love a woman and you want to gift her, you want to buy her coffee, you want to go out for a road trip, what have you, you're doing that because you love her. Ikiisha, just say imeisha.
It was nice to know you.
But when you get into a relationship with one foot in na another one iko nje, then that one you start asking so many questions. You give her gifts to test waters. Uko hapo lakini hauko at the same time. That's why unaona wengine, once it's over, they're all over the world. Give me that, give me this, give me the apartments I bought you, took this one, nini, all that. The money in your account, back to my account and all that. We've seen them all over, even locally. But anyway, situations we don't know. What applies to me doesn't apply to you, to Mtumishi, or to Regina. Yeah.
Then, Jain, quick one. People need to understand there's a difference between gifting and marital property.
Correct.
There's a huge difference between gifting and marital property.
Yeah.
Today, if a couple is actually married, and we have even seen from the cases reports that have been filed in high court and the court, so to speak, when you buy property together and maybe it ends in separation and divorce, they split it, especially where you can prove that this is what I chipped into the purchase of this piece of land. This is what I put in. Even in one of the recent judgments there, it showed that even those who are considered housewives, they actually contribute towards the home, because the time that they have spent managing the house and such, it comes down to that. So there's a clear cut line between gifting and marital property.
Yeah. Can I
and
just...
for women, let me finish. And for women, especially because we are the ones who are always on the receiving end when it comes to this, my advice is, if you are investing with your partner, with your spouse, let it be open. Let it be open for discussion. Your husband has this amount of money. You say, by the way, we want to buy this piece of land. We want to buy this piece of land. How much do we have in the bank? How much can you raise? You see, if you are an integral part of the development of your family, no one is going to turn around and want to take it away, because there is paper trail. And even this man has seen, by the way, he is not marrying just someone who is out there to, because that is a society as it is. In as much as we are learned, cultured and such, at the end of the day, there's that notion that the woman did not do anything towards this investment.
Okay,
but
let me bring in another aspect to this, and this is something that I've gotten as part of feedback. Someone is saying, what if you are gifting that person with the intention to get married, but they pull out at some point?
So when you were giving, let me give you an example. So I'm getting married to person X.
Yes.
So they gift me a home,
or a car,
or a
business,
and when they're
iPhone
gifting
13 Pro,
and when they're gifting me this, they actually say, by the way, I'm giving you this house or this car or this business because I want you to be my wife, because I'm supporting you, because you are my wife in waiting.
Clearly stating the intention.
Clearly stating the intention. That way, even for me, anyone who is decent enough will know, by the way, he has not just picked me randomly as one of the random women he may be having around him. He's already been dating me for courtship, and he thinks that if he gives me this business, I'll be a better mother to his children because we're going to be getting more finances, la 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 la. So I know this has been done for me towards this end.
So in
it's very different than when someone walks in and gives you a key. I love Benzes. A key to a Mac.
So if you pull out from such
yes,
an expectation
it is only
of
proper,
you,
Jane, it is proper,
and they demand for the property back.
I would not even wait for them to demand.
Yes,
I would take back the property.
Okay,
Victor.
Regina, you know what happens when a man decides to buy, for example, buy your car? In very rare occasions will you find the name of the lady reflecting a logbook. Okay, that car belongs to the man. Most men prefer it like that because you never know when that thunderbolt will strike and you're separated.
But isn't that also still going back to that conditional way of
gifting? That's my issue.
You know, the thing is, you can buy a car, you give it to her, the service, what have you, nini, but logbook belongs to you. You can either decide logbook iko kwa jina yake. It's okay, but if it belongs to you, if the wife, if she's your wife, and the logbook belongs to you, she's using the car, is still a family car.
Yes.
That's what they say. Because hata kama wewe ni mwanaume, I buy my car, we ride in it, logbook iko jina yangu, is still a family car. We share the same car. So it's still the same. But to me, Regina, let me finish.
No, Regina. So far.
Regina, it's my time to talk.
No, let me spin it before you go far so that you answer pamoja. So what if it is your wife who has bought that car? Her name, amenunua, ni a family car. Her name is on the logbook, but you're even going to drive with it. It is a family car. Would you be okay as you continue to respond?
Well, again, I said it depends with the family.
Now you sit down and consider. The issue is, and Victor, this is where the gray area comes in.
Yeah.
We are in a patriarchal society. It's not going to change anytime soon. And the reason why we are having families, you know, in divorce cases where women are saying, you know, I actually contributed to the sale of property XYZ, is that a majority of the men, even our fathers and grandfathers, they never included the women in their lives in property ownership. It is an issue we are dealing with, and I hope in my lifetime I will live to see a change. Because I've asked you a very simple question. What if this woman decided that they have the capacity to buy a Range, a Mac, they even if it's a Toyota Auris, name it, they buy it. They are not saying you can't drive it. Man, you can even drive it. You can even go hang out with the boys in it. She has no problem, provided you're back on Saturday so that Sunday she can take the children to church.
Mtumishi,
yes.
Umenyamaza sana hii maneno.
Mtumishi, this is yours. Would you have a problem, a woman actually buying property and putting it only in her name because she provided the capital, but she has given you freedom to use a property?
Now, vile tu mlisema mkianza ni it depends pia na relationship yenyu inakaaje. Kwa sababu respect pia inakam in. Na pia vile ndugu yangu alisema wanaume sasa tunataasubi and we are different, you know. With me, I won't have any problem, by the way.
With what specifically?
Hizi mali za dunia mimi hazinisumbuangi akili. Ukitaka kuishia na we ishia. Ukitaka, but it's good.
All the ladies that are eyeing Mtumishi.
But if I'm serious. But ukifeel vile Regina amesema ni maelewano. Ni family car, you know, it's not being bossy to who at mimi ndio sasa nilibai, I feel entitled, si wife alibai and I feel entitled. Hii ni yetu. Ikifika ile time ukifeel kama iko kwa jina ya mzee na iko sawa, you are okay with it, why not? Mkielewana, wacha tuweke jina yako na yangu, why
hiyo
not?
Ndio inafaa.
Ndio hiyo argument ikikuja, mnaenda sasa hii steering way shia nayo si tu mimi niende na tire.
Tuuze gari tugawane pesa.
I think so. That is where we need to come to that consensus, that a woman can invest as well as a man can invest. And if you're owning property together, let it be under your names. Ama mkienda sana when you're doing investments for the future, for the children.
Yes.
Let it be under the children's names.
Ndio itasaidia. It will be neutral. It will be neutral.
Hakuna tukuitishana hii na hii.
Hii sijui chukua. But mimi nitakuachia by the way.
Hata mimi ukitaka mimi hata ukiniambia unaninunulia hii kwa sababu unatamai.
Intentions pia ndio. Are you loving me because unajua ukiniambia na intentions itakuwa si mapenzi. Hii itakuwa ni kama contract.
Bribery.
Unani bribe ndio niku it's a
means to an end.
So mimi nadhani tu ni maelewano.
Victor.
Oh yeah. The law protects marriages. Law does not protect girlfriend and boyfriend.
Yes.
And that is why you said there is a demarcation between marriage and just relationship or when you're dating. Even the Bible does not recognize boyfriend and girlfriend. The Bible recognizes husband and wife. So that's why it's an institution. Boyfriend, girlfriend, there's no institution there. So even law of man, there is a law protecting marriages. So when there's a separation, there's a law to be followed on how you can share the property that you acquired together and what have you. And for, when you're still dating, you want to lure the lady and things go south, again, it depends with the person, how you react to situations. Are you a kind of emotional kind of a person who give me the phone, all the bags I bought you and what have you? Some men like Mtumishi atasema, okay, fine. I bought them from my heart because I loved you. But then because it does not work, it's okay.
Keep
so
them.
you don't, keep them.
Mimi niko na Mtumishi hapo. Mimi nitakuachia.
There's someone here who's saying, Anajita George, anasema only broke men are the ones that demand their gifts back.
This is me clapping, sign language clapping.
But kuna ule tunajua si broke.
Mwingine anasema, and I don't know how true this is, but we Anajita Ike NJ here, anasema according to family law, any gifts that are given with the intention for marriage and marriage does not become a reality, they are supposed to be given back as per the law. I don't know how true that is.
That is the point.
Family law.
Unapeana
the intention of marriage or the promise.
Yeah, that's called, he's quoted family law.
Yes.
Yeah, family law. Yeah.
So it's true.
Can apply, yeah.
Only lawyers can tell us, but even kawaida. Victor nikikupei gari ndio kwe husband.
Because look at it. I'm trying to base that argument on what he said, family law. If person X and Y are planning to get married, but they're not yet there, and then a guy says, you know what, because you're working on the other side of town, and I work on the other side of town, and that movement is a bit tricky, I'll get your car so that you can get that easy access and movement and what have you. But then somewhere along the line, things do happen. Unashtuka tu chale amesema, bana, I met a lady and I think she's the one. So family law, that's where family law applies. You just take your gift, and even a lady, if you bought a car for that gentleman, family law. Kaini Chini said, I bought you this one, but now that it's not working, I think I can just have my car back and I'll release you and you go. Again, how you...
But then again, kama amekuachia roho, like uko high.
Yes.
People are killing each other out here. Gender-based violence is real.
And imagine there's some people who are okay with that. Wanakwambia, okay, fine, I appreciate.
At the end of the day, Victor, it is... Unaona hiyo roho yenye inapiga. And you're not maimed or anything.
Mtumishi alisema bora kona hiyo.
Sitaenda kwa service, unajua hiyo ina service. Ikivunjika imevunjika. The other thing unaweza pata, there are women who are funding their relationship na uwezi jua. They are okay, wamepatia mwanaume entitlement, we run everything, but mimi ndio ninasukuma kila kitu na vice versa. It happens. Kuna wale wana adabu na heshima na kuna wale wengine hiyo bail ilitobokea kwa meli. Issue ni different kwa ground.
Well, they can only be, and I had you Mtumishi tackle the issue of respect.
Yes.
I come from a school of thought that respect is two-way. First. Secondly, there can only be submission in love, and I think the majority of men confuse submission with respect. A woman may respect you but not necessarily submit. and vice versa. However, even quoting the good book like Victor likes to quote, the good book says that you should love, the husband should love, actually is that the woman should submit to the husband, right?
Yeah.
We hear that quote often, more often than not. However, a chapter, or rather a verse that we do not hear quite often is that the man should love the wife like Christ loved the church.
Correct.
So we read the good book sparingly and interpret it to suit us. But now those two statements in the good book correlate. And it sums it all up. For you to have respect, submission, it has to be found and anchored in true love. Just like Jesus loved the church. Because if a man truly, actually if a woman truly loves you, they may be a CEO, they may be making over 6 figures, you know, top dollar, black card chip. They're doing all that. But no one will tell out here, just as you said, Mtumishi, no one would tell. Because they already know that you're my man. It doesn't matter how much I make. At the end of the day, you call the shots.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let me read one more tweet here as we close at this particular topic. Anajitaje CPA Kore anasema, this is such an amazing conversation. I personally think squeezy relationships are so complicated because 1, men are taking so long to declare their intentions, and 2, relationships have become business transactions these days.
Word.
Amemaliza.
Huyo amefunga.
Amefunga.
Amerap kama toro.
Yeah.
Ako sawa.
Na vile kila mtu ya.
Umeshtua Victor first with the biscuit.
Na sasa na huyu CPA.
By the way, ameimaliza vizuri.
Yeah.
But I think relationships are still an area that so many people struggle with. I think everyone has had their own fair struggles.
Yeah. It's
struggles.
You know, when two people come together, when they meet, there are so many things that you know,
come
to be considered.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're brought up in a different society, different ideologies, different beliefs, background, cultural practices, and what have you. So when you meet, all of us are above 18. What
and
you believe
have
in, expectations. So what you believe in, ever since you're a child, I don't know your background, your childhood background, and then now we come and meet past 18 years, you'll find so many people struggling to adapt and to compromise certain things to suit the other party. Unapata, somebody says, you know what, Jain, from today, you're not going to be putting on trousers. And perhaps that's how you've been brought up, because perhaps where you lived was too cold that the only way you can survive in that environment was trousers. Understand? And it doesn't mean that you cannot put on a skirt. Jana naambia ndio huyu amesema you're not going to put on trousers. So it takes time for people to understand each other, and learning each other by the way is a process. It's not like today umesikia, that's it. It takes years.
All right, so tukifunga hii story, I think we all have our own opinions. So kama wewe ni wakubeba mali yako mkiachana, wewe beba. Kama wewe ni wakuacha,
wachi uhai.
Wewe wacha. So long as you don't harm each other physically, because that is now what even the law doesn't allow in any land. So I think that is that. Hapo ndo tunafungia trending topics. Sijui kama kuna mtu ako na closing remarks. Mtumishi tutapatia closing speech.
I got no closing remarks. I'm just reminding Kenyans that Harambee Stars will be taking on Uganda Cranes today at 4 p.m. and Y254, our other channel as far as KBC is concerned, is going to be televising this match live for you from 4 p.m. A recap of the match is going to be aired on KBC Channel 1 at 10 p.m. The last time Harambee Stars actually beat Uganda Cranes was in 2015. Are we going to do it 6 years after? Well, 4 p.m. It's a date.
Wamekaa ngumu kama president wao. Hawafungiki.
Mtumishi.
Hawafunguki.
Tutawajaribu round hii, wacha tuwimisha Harambee Stars la.
Tuendelee kujaribu.
They say knock and the door shall be open.
Bas, tuendelee kubisha.
Tutabisha tu hadi. We are like water. We keep flowing. We keep flowing.
Tutashinda.
I believe that is that from our end of things. So right now we just want to wrap up the program as a whole. It has been a pleasure as always. We do this every Monday through to Thursday from 6:30 a.m. mpaka saa 4 tuko hapa ndani ya Good Morning Kenya, only on KBC. I am Jain Wambui. Tupatane tena next week. Victor.
All right, we do appreciate you as always. You know what? You are the boss. We are here because of you. Take care of yourselves and enjoy your weekend. I'm Victor Oloo. Bye-bye.
Mtumishi.
Oh yes, Sunday yes. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. Tupatane kwa entertainment industry.
Waambie. Social handles once more.
Mtumishi, Facebook Mtumishi, IG, Twitter Mtumishi, YouTube Mtumishi TV. Sunday yes.
Mtumishi, hebu inua hiyo tai. Tukimaliza, inua hiyo. Itai.
Hii ndio inaniweka Nairobi by the way.
Hiyo ni long distance relationship.
Less of my tai.
Wewe ni kiatu. Kiatu madama alienda na yangu so
ukabaki na
50-50. Stima ilipotea.
Na unatoa kiatu.
Regina.
Well, I'm Regina. I wish you a pleasant weekend ahead. Harambee Stars, all the best as you take on Uganda Cranes this afternoon, this evening, so to speak, at 4 p.m. And parting shot is that's something that you hold dear. Ensure it doesn't just isn't something. Make it everything.
Correct.
Biscuit.
Make it the biscuit.
Biscuit.
All right, we now leave you with some music as we get to usher out Entertainment Thursday. Adios.